Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about different ways you guys can start dreadlocks in 2021. Before we start listing the methods, I just want to let you guys know that not everybody with all types of hair will be able to do all these methods. So different methods that I'm going to list are going to pertain to different types of hair types. You know what I'm saying? So like the straighter hair types, there's certain methods for that, and for the curlier hair types, there's certain methods for that. So I'm actually going to pull up this chart right here so you guys can actually see what type of hair texture you guys have. So we're actually going to go ahead and start off with the method that I started off with about 4 years ago, which is the sponge method. So really the sponge method and the towel method. So basically it is when you get a hair sponge, right, and then you're moving it in a circular motion, right, and over time they take the form of dreadlocks, and then of course they lock up with time. So the only thing about this method that I would really tell you guys and warn you guys about is just the fact that it's really not going to be all the way even, man. So as you guys can see, I started off my dreadlocks with the well, you can't really tell, but I started off my dreadlocks with the sponge method. But as you guys can tell, my hair is not all the way even, you know what I'm saying? It's not all the way even all the way around, and I think that is a result of using the hair sponge all the time. And I also put in a little bit of the towel method as well, but it's not, you know, evenly parted, and you know the dreadlocks are not evenly sized, you know what I'm saying? So that's really just like a con to that method. So the next method we're going to be talking about is crochet needling. So if you guys don't know what a crochet needle is, you guys can actually get one off of Amazon or Walmart, something like that. It actually looks like this right here. So basically that tool has like a little hook on it, right? So what you're going to be doing when you're crochet needling is you're going to be going inside of the dreadlock and pulling inside the hair from each side, you know, to make it knot. Okay, so basically you're just creating a dreadlock instantly. You know, this is basically called instant dreadlocks. So if you guys see videos, you know, online talking about instant dreadlocks, which I will probably be making in the future, this tool is also actually really good for bunting off tips. Really, you're going to be doing the same type of motion going in and out, really just pulling the hair inside of the dreadlock. So that's what the crochet needling is. And the next method we're going to be talking about is the 2-strand twist method. So it's pretty self-explanatory. What you're going to be doing is really just leaving your hair in 2-strand twists, and eventually it's going to lock up, right? So the only thing about 2-strand twists, right, they have those lines, of course, you know, they have those lines. You can see where, you know, the dreads end, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you can definitely see the definition of the lines in between the two dreadlocks that you're going to be 2-strand twisting, right? So eventually that really just takes a minute to lock up, and that takes a minute to really disappear. So really it's going to be looking like 2-strand twists for a while. If you're going to just go strictly 2-strand twist, basically those lines in between the dreadlocks is going to take a minute for them to actually combine and disappear, you know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. And the next method we're going to be talking about is really like the traditional route, right? And it's called twisting with gel or comb coils. Basically you're just twisting with gel using a comb and twisting it into the dreadlock form, and eventually these are going to lock over time. The only type of gel that I would really recommend using, just because I've only used this type and it's been pretty good with me, the thing you want to really focus on is just having the least amount of buildup that you possibly can, man, because it's really going to catch up to you eventually. And that gel is the Jamaican mango and lime locking gel. And the next method we're going to be talking about is freeforming. So freeforming basically is when you just wash your hair and let your hair do what it does. So when you do that, your hair is going to lock up eventually, right? You know, just with time. But the only thing about freeforms, usually freeforms aren't the neatest type of dread, you know what I'm saying? They're never the neatest type of dread. So if you're really going for like a more maintained type of look, then freeform really isn't for you. But if you're actually going for like a more type of messy, uneven type of look, then maybe freeform dreads are for you. But really at the end of the day, it just comes down to preference and what you want. So these last two methods that I have are really geared towards straighter type of hair. So this will be 1 to 2C on the hair type chart. So this first method for straighter type of hair is called back combing. So basically what back combing is when you're basically combing the hair the opposite way you would normally really comb it, and then, you know, all the hair is going to clump up, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be combing it like this way, right? And then afterwards, you know, of course it's gonna be frizzly, so you're gonna have to actually palm roll it down, right? So that's really what back combing is. And the last method that I have for you guys is the twist and rip method. So the twist and rip method is when you take 2 sections of hair twisted around each other, and then you're pulling them apart from the tips. Repeatedly doing this will eventually make the strand all knot together. So those last 2 methods that I just mentioned, I'm not really too familiar with them personally, just because I don't have straighter hair, but I'm just letting you guys know what the deal is. So after all those methods, some of my tips would be, man, if you guys want a maintained type of look, do not go for sponging, do not go for toweling, and do not go for freeform. Those are all unmaintained looks, man. I promise you that's not what you want. As you guys can see, my hair is pretty maintained now, but the only reason that is because I decided not to continue with the sponge method. So at first, like I said, I was using the sponge method, and then I just decided to go get it retwisted, right? So yeah, if you're watching this video and you don't have dreads yet, and you're actually planning to get dreads, and you're really just not sure which method to go with, you're really in a good spot right now, because you guys can actually like look at the hair chart, decide which method you would want, which type of look you guys would want. Maybe some of you guys want the maintain, maybe some of you guys want the messy type of look, but really it's up to you. But yeah, guys, those are just my tips when it comes to deciding which method you want to go with when it comes to dreadlocks. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a like and make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.